Sound the alarms. What is going on? This was unexpected, wasn't it? I know it was unexpected because I've only just come up with this idea. And it is a very unique idea. Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Zal here, and we are back again with a brand new video for you. Interestingly enough, a tier list video, but not around Monster Hunter this time. Oh no, I'm a treat y'all. We go in a little bit off script. This is a one for the history books. That's right, one for the history books. And why is it one for the history books? Because no one else has done. I've searched on YouTube, and the most I can get out of a Mass Effect tier list is squad mates, romances, stuff like that. Why was I so zoomed in? Hold on. There we go. It's squad mates, lovers, romances, story arcs. There's those kind of tier lists, but you've seen those and you enjoy them. Well, now we're going to be reacting to this hair is awful. We're going to be reacting to the themes from the Mass Effect Trilogy. So Mass Effect 1, 2 and 3. We're going to skip Andromeda just because I haven't played it yet. I don't really want to ruin it. A lot of the and this goes without saying, this video is going to contain spoilers because the themes are named basically parts of the story. So if you haven't played Mass Effect 1, what are you doing? Go and play it. 2, probably leave this video out until you have played it. Or if you don't care about spoilers, then let's carry on. Let's continue. Let's have some fun today. This is the tier list we got going on at the moment. This is just to do with Mass Effect 1. Okay, and then we're going to do another video for Mass Effect 2, then another video for Mass Effect 3. Sound good? Yeah. Nice. Alright, let's get straight into it. So, this is going to be fun because as emotional and as hard-hitting as the story of Mass Effect is, I don't think it could be nearly as hard-hitting or emotional without the soundtrack that goes with it. Especially with a few certain missions, which I'm sure we're going to get into further down the line of this series. Probably Mass Effect 2. But, sit comfortably and enjoy. Let's start, shall we? Okay, so the first one we've got here is just literally Mass Effect theme. So this is the Mass Effect 1 theme, straight from the off, that started it all. Let's go. We're also reacting to this from Mass Effect's YouTube page, so show them some love as well. But this is, I don't remember. Yes, I do remember. Yes. Oh, I missed that loading screen. Don't you? Iconic. I remember this so well. It feels as if it was only yesterday I played it, but hey, can't complain. I think that's it. That is it. Okay, hold on. So, now we go over to my beautifully made custom tier list, but I made myself. Isn't it great? I was going to do pictures for each of the thing, but you know what? I felt like maybe we didn't need it. However, this is going to be an issue trying... There we go, Mass Effect theme. Mass Effect 1 theme. So, this is the first thing that's hit by players when they obviously start up the game, when they're in that loading screen. I believe it's also the theme that plays while Shepard's walking around the Normandy, if I'm not mistaken. There's like a quick cinematic sequence at the beginning where he's just sort of walking around like a boss, which is quite cool, and you're sort of seeing everything work on the Normandy. Mass Effect 1 theme, I think we've got to go S tier. Don't get me wrong, it's a good theme, but I don't know whether it's quite God tier. I think there's remixes and renditions of it in Mass Effect 2 and 3 which are God tier, but Mass Effect 1 as a theme itself, S tier, I think. But in my opinion, you feel free to disagree. You know, S tier is still high. You know, very rarely are themes going to get God tier. Let's put that out there. Think of S tier being the highest, and if it really blows our minds, we're going God tier. Doesn't really blow my mind. Brings back memories. Brings back memories of our playthrough, but doesn't blow my mind. So, next one, I think we saw it, is the Normandy. I'm getting a bit like Stranger Things vibes, you know what I mean? This is obviously when you're going through all the menus and walking about the Normandy. It's a bit of ambience in the background, right? It's not anything crazy. Yeah, it's very much menu craft, right? I remember this. Okay. The Normandy. Where do we want to put this then? Need to find it first. There we go. It's ambience, right? It's background noise. I don't think it's amazing, but at the same time, it's not meant to be, right? You don't want to be sitting in the menus absolutely jamming your rocks off at an ambient theme, a theme that you're going to constantly hear throughout the game as you're checking these menus and as you're walking around the Normandy and finding out secrets and talking to your squad mates. I'm gonna put it B. I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna put it B. I don't think it really sucks, but it's not incredible. It doesn't get my attention. It's got a good way of translating menus and being a bit of just ambient noise, just so I'm not zoning out, but at the same time those little sort of do 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 do. I don't even want to know how that looked, but those, rather than it being the theme, I think of it as like the machines whirring and all the computers and stuff making that noise. Does that make sense? It's kind of just like a background noise, which is good. It very easy on the palate, shall we say, although we're not eating, but you know what I mean. I don't know what the audio term would be. I don't know. Okay, next one is Eden Prime. I don't remember Eden. Well, obviously I remember the mission Eden Prime, but it's going to be interesting hearing some of these themes without the battle and stuff going on in the background as well. So, Eden Prime is Earth, if I'm not mistaken. It's the first planet we go to. There's actually not much to this. This one's very nonchalant. Sorry if I sound a bit bunged up. I do have a cold. Standard, right? Okay. Eden Prime. I think C tier, right? Wasn't that great. I know it's meant to be mystery, like something's attacking Eden Prime. As I say, this can be spoilers throughout. We know Saran's attacking Eden Prime. And the Geth are on the attack. But I don't know. It was very it wasn't I don't know. Just didn't get my attention, really. It's there's not really much I can say about this theme. That's the problem with it. There is just not much to say about it, so it goes under the radar far too easily. That's fine. No problem with that. I'm sure with the speech and with other things within the game, maybe it makes it a little bit better, but it's not for me. It's no. I think C tier for Eden Prime. But the next one is the Battle for Eden Prime, which might be a little bit better. Maybe. Can't promise anything, but maybe. Oh yeah. See, the theme actually feels like really Gethy, doesn't it? Like if I had to ask like 10 musicians to make a theme around the Geth, this kind of feels like what it would sound like, I think. Does go on a bit, doesn't it? Does go on a bit. Okay. Battle for Eden Prime. Battle at Eden Prime, even. I'm going to go B tier with that one. Because I think, again, it does a good job of translating a battle. Also, the intensity of going against this enemy, the Geth, right? There's, again, not much to talk about with it, but it's not as boring and under the radar as standard Eden Prime theme. It's essentially the Eden Prime theme with some spice, which I imagine it should be, bearing in mind it's called Battle at Eden Prime, and obviously the one in C tier is Eden Prime. But yeah, again, it's not great. It's not great. I mean, it's a weak B tier, I gotta be honest. I would probably put it like in the middle if I could, like here. No, we'll leave it on B tier. We'll be nice. We'll leave it on B tier. Okay, up next is Saran. This should be quite good, because if I remember, this is either going to be when we see Saran's portrayal, or when Saran is talking to the matriarch, right? One of the two. And if it's the latter, the matriarch sort of confrontation between Saran and that, this should be quite good if I remember rightly. Ooh. Does sound familiar though, doesn't it? Oh, we're getting a little bit more. Ooh. That was a good climax. Could have worded that better. That was a really good ending for that theme. Um, it's interesting. I'm going to put it A just straight from the off, and I'll tell you why. It sounds like the theme, like the main theme, but with a corrupted aspect to it, which, as you guys are all going to know, makes a lot of sense, right? Having a really sort of dark, but the theme is familiar, and I think it's familiar because it does sound like the Mass Effect 1 theme. Forgive me if I'm wrong, and educate me if I'm wrong, but that's what it sounds like to me. It sounds familiar, but I can't quite pinpoint it, and I think it is little bits and pieces of the Mass Effect 1 theme, but obviously darkened, a bit deeper, corrupted, which rings very true for Saran's character and the way they obviously, push Saran at you. He is corrupted. He has been corrupted by, obviously, Sovereign and the Reapers. So that makes sense. I think, but A tier definitely, but just because it does such a good job of translating that. Like, anyone that's played the game would be able to hear that theme and go, ah, yeah, I could kind of bridge the gap. I don't think it's higher than A tier. I don't think it's lower than A tier. It's a strong A tier. So yeah, we'll keep it there. Okay, so this next one is the Citadel, which again should sound familiar, but also it might not. Like the themes I'm thinking of, as we can see, like later on, we get these longer themes as the games go on. Mass Effect 1 seems to have very small themes, which is fine, there's no problem about that. But let's see if we can recognise the Citadel. I hope so, because the Citadel is obviously such a big part of the story anyway, but it'll be interesting. That wasn't the Citadel, was it? No, that's the end of Saran. Okay, alright. Yeah. Yes. There it is. Yes. I already know where we're putting this. Yes. Yes. Okay. Straight in with S tier. No doubt. Straight in with S tier. No doubt in my mind that this is... Yeah, the theme is perfect for the Citadel, right? It has a certain... And I don't mean this as in the creature Sovereign, but it has a certain Sovereign about it, right? There's like a mysterious edge to it, but also translates how vast and big the Citadel is, and that it's the, you know, the hub for all politics, the hub for all races. Most of them, I think, if no, all of them, come Mass Effect 3, I would say. Yeah. Maybe not the Rachni. I haven't seen any Rachni on the Citadel, so maybe not. But it also does a very good job of translating the vastness, the size of the Citadel, all the politics that goes on, a certain shroud of mystery around it as well, which, you know, we come to know why. But yeah, S tier theme, like, there is no doubt, right? There is absolutely no doubt. Okay, next theme is the Presidium. So this should sound similar, I am. It's nice. I'm trying to think what the Presidium is. Like, trying to remember back. It's not where... It's either where there's the different rooms for different political parties, or... yeah, so the Presidium is the gleaming heart of the Citadel. It is located in a 10-kilometre wide central ring of the station, home to various government offices of the Citadel Council, as well as embassies for all other species represented in the Citadel. And I think it is... Have we got a better picture of it? Okay, yeah, so it's basically where we have free reign, and I believe actually one of the only places we can actually be in Mass Effect 1. So yeah, it's not what I was thinking of. It's not where we are, you know, made Spectre, but it's the heart of the Citadel, right? Like exactly what it said. Good theme. Good theme. Is it that good though? It seems to give off the vibe of like a more expensive place of living, and a more like just a higher grade, a higher quality, which makes sense with government officials and the different political parties, etc. We will go A tier. We will go A tier for the Presidium, because it does do a good job of what it does, but it doesn't give you that awe factor that Mass Effect 1 theme does, or the Citadel does. I think you could easily subjugate that within the Citadel theme itself, but yeah, A tier I think is a good bet. Okay, so this is the wards, which we've heard before, obviously, when we played, but we seem to hear this one a lot more than other themes. sounds a bit weird, to be fair. I don't know why. There's something off about it. What is the wards? Okay. The wards... I just looked it up just to be sure, but yeah, the wards are the living quarters, right, of millions and millions and millions of homes for the species that call the Citadel their home. So I also felt that it suddenly was a step down from the regal and royal sort of the Citadel theme and the Presidium theme. It then translate a more... And it's weird because halfway through listening to it, it felt homely. Like it felt very Earth-like, if that makes sense. It's really hard to explain, but it feels familiar. Again, that word comes up, but it feels familiar in some way, shape, or form, and it felt comfortable. It was good. The wards, I would say, I'm going to put them in A tier, just because I think they do a great job again of, telling us that this is the homes of people. There might be a little bit of corruption down here because not everyone is going to, pledge fealty to their higher ups and stuff like that. It's everyday normal people with millions and millions of different opinions and political views, so it's all muddled up. But it's good. It's good nonetheless. It did a good job of translating what it needed to translate, and that's the main thing, right? The theme has to translate what it's meant to be about. In this case, millions and millions of homes within the Citadel, the living quarters. Yeah. Okay. So this next one is called Criminal Elements. Now, I can't pinpoint exactly what this... I think Criminal Elements is probably when we first fight the gang members in that bar, but I can't remember what the bar's called, so you might have to help me out with that. But that's when we first take on sort of a gang leader, if you like, and probably not the first time we have to make a big choice, but a choice nonetheless. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think I know where that is. It is when you're fighting the gang members in the bar, if I'm not mistaken, or this club that it belongs to. Sort of a criminal underbody. It felt very arcadic, didn't it? Like as if you're in an arcade, which makes sense because when you're actually in the bar, there's lots of neon lights and lots of sort of disco about. Very, I would describe it as 1990s, 1980s. Obviously, it isn't because it's way in the future, but it kind of felt like that. So it did actually do a pretty good job. I don't think it was incredible. I'm going to put it in B. I will go A tier again. I'm going to go A tier again just because it does feel like a jumble of the Citadel, the Presidium, the wards, but then thrown into chaos, and as if there is a fight breaking out, and of course there is, and you're taking on this criminal underbelly of the Citadel, right? But it also feels very arcadic, for the reasons I described. Yeah. Cool. Next one I'm looking forward to. This next one should be epic because it's the big one. The big one. This is Specter Induction. So everybody hold on to your hats. We know that when we first reacted to this and when we first played it, it was very emotional. I expect the theme to be nonetheless. I hope so. I hope it doesn't let us down. I don't think it will. I'll be very surprised. It's not going to let us down. You can feel the heroics already coming through, like... And you have all their voices as they're like, I love this bit so much. I love this theme. Still go. A moment itself for the history books, because the Spectre Induction is, well, one of a kind, right? The first of its name. The first human Spectre, anyway. So, well, yeah, no, it's still the first, and it's a huge deal. And then they kind of, really water it down when, I can't even remember his name. One of my squad mates becomes a Spectre later on. Stupid. But you can feel the heroics in the theme. You can feel as if it's a proper ceremony. There's also a feeling of like propaganda behind it, but I get that because obviously we're a military official in a way. God tier. Straight to God tier. It has to be. It's one of those times that the theme fits perfectly. It's even better when you have the... I can't remember what they're called. I'm going to say a council. When you have the council almost giving you a knighthood, but in space. It's sick. And you suddenly become this elite member of a team you didn't even know really existed. And it's a team that go in and get the dirty stuff done without anyone else knowing, and we don't step on anyone's toes. It's really quite cool. God tier straight away. There's no doubt in my mind. God tier. This next one is Liara's World. I can't remember what this one is. Obviously it's to do with Liara's world, but I don't know... I don't remember this one. I don't remember this one at all. Is this when we first discover Liara? It can't be. Like when we go to rescue her? Genuinely don't know what this is or what it could be. I know it's obviously got something to do with Liara, but in what retrospect I'm not entirely sure. I mean, it's got to be to do with something in regards to Liara's world. It's got to be to do with the rescue, right? Like, it's got to be. Right? Like, it's got to be. But I don't know where I would put that, because I don't remember hearing it. I'm going to put it in B tier. Because I don't know, I just don't know what it is. I should know what it is. Maybe we'll change this up come Mass Effect 2 video, but yeah, Liara's world I've not heard. If it's to do with the rescue, then fine, that makes sense. But also, like, I didn't think it was that great of a tune. You know what I mean? I'm gonna put it B. There's not much to say about it, just because I don't know it. Like most of these, if not all of these, I've kind of recognised snippets, but. I don't know. Weird. Maybe I should know that, but I don't. So that's where we're at with it. We are looking super orange today, by the way. It's been like 24 hours since I've recorded like the first bit. But hey, fuck it. That's fine. It's still high quality. That's all that matters. Yeah, but let's put Liara's world in B, and let's go on to the next one, which is a very dangerous place. I don't know what that is either. It's before Faros. A very dangerous place. Well, that's interesting. It's bringing in the Liara theme again. I think this is... I think Faros is... This is like the prerequisite for Faros, if I'm not mistaken. I think, but that doesn't... Maybe I am going mad. Maybe I just... Okay, I think I know where that's from. I think I know where that's from. So Liara's world must be where we're speaking to her while she's kind of held in stasis, right? And then that theme is when that Krogan general walks in with the Geth to try and take us out, and then they end up... I think they end up blowing the facility? Or it's just so unhinged that the facility's beginning to blow anyway. It's been a long time. I can't quite remember, but I'm pretty sure that's what it would be. A very dangerous place. S tier. It was very good. It was a very, very good theme, and it got me moving. That I like. That I like. And if it is the theme that I think it is, it might not be. You might need to educate me. But I'm pretty sure that is with a general sort of Krogan coming in with that sort of that walk where he's holding the gun and he's like proper strutting, you know what I mean? Yeah, definitely S tier though, because that was sick. That was sick. I've also got to try and remember that although I'm obviously listening to them, and here it has a certain timeline of events, these aren't necessarily the timeline of events that I had in my playthrough, which is why I'm getting a little bit confused, because I'm pretty sure, because obviously we've got the Thorian coming up, and Faros. I'm pretty sure I didn't have Liara for the Thorian. I'm 95% sure. I could be wrong. I think I actually rescued her after the Thorian. So that's what threw me off. Faros now, anyway. Let's go. So Faros is the place we get sent to by Liara, if I'm not mistaken. Was it Liara that sent us there? Someone sent us there to protect the colony and to find out what's going on. But then there's something more happening. It's an interesting mix. A very interesting mix. It's like a mix of fast paced but also slow. It's a weird mix. Okay. It wasn't amazing. I'm gonna put it in B tier. I mean, Faros is it's a theme, obviously, for the planet, rather than the colony, I think. But in theory, it would be the colony because that's all we see. We don't see the whole planet, of course. But I am going to put it in B tier. It's alright. It's quite a relaxing theme. I think it's more the theme as you're walking around the colony, asking questions, getting those little side quests and those little bit of flavour from the world. Yeah, I'm going to have to put B. I think B's a good bet. For now. Yeah, whatever B. Okay, so this one is the Thorian. I don't know if this is going to be quite fast paced because it's the Battle of the Thorian, or it's just after, when we're talking to, oh no, sorry, just before we fight it, when we're talking to the Asari, who's been, you know, used as a pawn essentially. Only one way to find out. Oh no, we're on Protect the Colony. I'm way off, sorry. So this is just before we go under the ground to the Thorian, if I'm not mistaken, and when we're shooting infected colonists, or choosing to save them, depending on how you're playing. I like that. See, that really nails down the frantic bit of it. Where you've got like the infected coming at you. Yeah. Okay. So I expect the Thorian theme to have some similarities to that, just because the infected and the Thorian aren't, you know, they're a cause of the Thorian. That is going to go in A tier though, definitely, because it's a bit of a bop. Can't lie, it's a bit of a bop. It's a good theme. It's a good. Have we got this in here? Protect the Colony. There we go. A tier. I think a lot of themes are going to fall between A and B, to be honest. I mean, S tier. It's got to be pretty damn impressive. God tier, as I say, it's got to be godly. It's got to be godly. Thorian theme, then let's jump straight into that. So we're hoping for some similarities. I think there are, but it's starting similarly. A bit anticlimactic. Yeah, so I think this is more when you're speaking to it through the Asari. Which makes sense, because it is quite a weird and off-putting exchange, because you've just kind of seen it. If I remember rightly, it comes from the Thorian, doesn't she? She just kind of is birthed. Yeah, it's alright. It's a fairly long one as well, at what, just over 2-3 minutes? I am finding a lot of these tend to have very climactic, like explosive endings. And I'm not sure why. It's almost as if every little theme doesn't continue on to the next part, if it makes sense. It has its own power within it, which I like. Do I not have the Thorian? I do. There she is. Okay. I think I am going to go B tier on the Thorian. I don't think it was that amazing. It definitely translates this weird creature you're looking at, and the whole probably being freaked out by what you've just seen, but not amazing. Not amazing. So I'm going to put it in B tier. But there's room for change. There's room for change. Like, if the others suck, we may move some stuff around. It depends. But definitely, I don't think it touches A. Yeah, it doesn't touch A. I would actually be tempted to put it in C, but I can't do it. I don't think it's an Eden Prime. It's not an Eden Prime. Okay, next one is Nevaria, which is where we go to track down or stop Liara's mother, the matriarch. I think there is... something's happened, hasn't it? There's like an infection or some... there's a problem. Not infection, infestation, I think. I want to say of Rachni, but I don't think it is Rachni. I can't quite remember what they were. The planet where many corporations go to do their research because the laws of Nevaria don't come under those of the council, I believe, or of the more localized law. No, I don't know the best way of saying it, but definitely they don't adhere to the laws that are seen as common practice. So I think more things are under the radar and more things go in the area. So a lot of corporations choose to set up base there for their research labs, etc., because they can do a lot of fucked up shit. But I can't remember what the issue was on Nevaria in the labs. I know Matriarch Benezia's there, but was it... I feel like it's too early for Rachni, so but it might be Freshers. I won't say Freshamores, but equally they're huge. Were there little Freshers? I'm sure it's some kind of beast. It's something. It's something. Not bad. There is sort of like a hard to hear aura about it, but like something's going on in the background of the track, but it almost sounds like whispering voices. Or maybe what's meant to be like the wind on this snowy planet, I'm not sure. Okay. The thing is, whilst listening to that, like I can picture Shepard walking through that initial bit where you've got all the suits and all the different corporations, like people just talking, all about different research going on, and it does fit quite well. Whereas I didn't think Faros did, I do think Noveria fits quite well, so I'm going to put it in A tier. It doesn't touch anything above that. It might be just kissing B tier, but I think A tier is a good place to put it. There's like a weird background, like really low, almost like whispering, or it could very much have been just the integration of the wind of Noveria, right? It's just the atmosphere and the weather, right? They put that into the track, maybe. But apart from that, it does a good job again of translating Noveria. This corrupted corporate planet full of corruption and scam and research and illegal research and probably creature and animal testings and God knows what else. Anyway, next one, it will be an interesting one. This is the Secret Labs. So again, still staying on the topic of Noveria, so I imagine it's going to be a slight remix to what we just heard. Or not. Not at all. Oh. I like this. It's very frantic. Yeah. Ooh. This has just come out of nowhere. Hell yeah. Okay. The Secret Labs. I think again, we throw him in A tier. I mean, he was a bit of a bop. Once again, it was a good theme. Does it translate a secret lab? I guess it doesn't have to necessarily. It's more just to do with the circumstance around the theme. And I imagine we would have been fighting something. What that was, I can't quite remember, but something. I just like the way it sounded. I'm going to go A tier. I think A tier is good. No, you know what? I will put it in B tier. Only because if, like, I was listening to that, I would probably never have thought it came from the Secret Labs of Noveria. I gotta be honest. Good theme, but if I was doing it on just the music alone in A tier, but with the sort of story behind it, I think B tier. And also, right, I thought, well, kind of, I got confused, but yes, the next theme on the list is the Alien Queen. And I completely forgot. Noveria is where we come across the Arachnite Queen, right? And then, supposedly, that is it, the last queen. I forgot about that. And I remember in our playthrough we chose to save her rather than exterminate her, which was what led to her being somewhere else further down the line. That makes more sense now. Okay, alright, anyway, I expect this theme to be actually quite sad, because the Arachnite Queen, when we find her in the Varia, she's not exactly... well, she's powerful, but she's held captive, right? She's in the cage, and we kind of hold the balance of whether we're going to let her live or we're going to exterminate her there and then. Let's go. That sort of sense of wonder, but danger at the same time. Is that it? No. I can see what they're trying to do. I can. Okay. Let's see what they're trying to do. They're trying to, there's that sense of wonder, but also danger. And then the emphasis on, like, the main theme. Because you're not sure if you're going to see her again. Well, you're not going to see her again if you choose to exterminate her. But technically, the Arachni are not meant to be here. They're meant to be long gone, right? They're meant to be extinct. Well, not extinct, but pushed back, way back, to their own worlds. I am going to put it on S tier. I am going to put it on S tier just because it is a really powerful theme for the circumstance we find ourselves in. We have to choose a very difficult choice, keep it alive or kill it, and she's quite mesmerizing, to be honest. She's very powerful. She has the ability to sort of get in our head and speak to us. Oh no she doesn't. She has the ability to take control of others to speak to us, and kind of use them as a vassal. And yeah, sort of seeing her one so restricted is sad, but also the awe you have of, wow, this is Arachnite Queen. Okay, I know what this means if I let her live, maybe. Thankfully not, kind of. Until the Reapers go away in Mass Effect 3, but you know what I mean, yeah, S tier all the way, 100%, like, no doubt in my mind. Hello. Hi. Me again. Obviously it's all been one video for you, but for me it's been a couple, which is why we're going through shirts like there's no tomorrow. And maybe I'm looking... the beard is getting longer as this video goes on. Apologies. We're looking to finish it here. Hopefully. Next theme we have up is Saran's base. I don't actually know... I can't remember... where is Saran's base? Is that where we find... Saran's base is... technically... where they're trying to breed Krogan, right? Like test tube Krogan, I think. Nice bit of ambience. We like a bit of ambience. Let me turn the lighting down a bit. There we go. I feel it's more ambient than it is music, though. That's the only thing. It feels more ambience than music. I'm gonna put that one in B tier. It wasn't amazing. I assume it's to do with either something within the sort of Krogan breeding grounds on that planet, which I can't remember the name of. I'm sure we'll find out what it is. Was it Ilos? I don't think it was Ilos. Was it Ilos? I don't think it was Ilos. Vermeer. I think it's Vermeer. I'm pretty sure it's Vermeer. I'm 80% sure it's Vermeer. I could be wrong. Let me play around with lighting again, though. This makes it a bit brighter. There we go. Okay, I might look a bit weird on camera. I haven't sorted out the white balance and everything. Forgive me. But Saran's base, I think, goes B. It was good, but it's more ambient than it is tune. I can't really get behind it. I can kind of fit it in a cinematic, maybe. It could even be on Sovereign. I don't know. It could be like a cinematic within Sovereign. Not that I remember there ever being one of Saran inside Sovereign, so gotta be B. It's gotta be B. Right, next one is the breeding ground, which is obviously where the Krogan are being made by Saran, and I think in my playthrough we chose to destroy it. Holy shit. Ho, 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 ho. Not bad. Well, there's more. Now this I can get behind. There's more. There's still more. Ooh. I like that this has like a start and a finish. It's not like looping. If it feels like it. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Just keeps going. Just keeps going. Okay. breeding ground. Where could that go? It's definitely either S or God tier, and I'm tempted to go God tier. I gotta be honest, it had a start, a middle, a build up, a finish, a build down. It had everything. However, does it deserve it? It's weird because really the theme breeding ground, I can only assume it is on Vermeer. I think it's Vermeer, where the Krogans are obviously being bred to become mass troops, but could go mad in the process, and we could end up with another massive war against the Krogan on our hands, etc. I tried to just destroy them, so it doesn't matter. It's unexpected. It's unexpected from that kind of name, first of all, and also the area that it was done. But hearing that what's going into battle in the breeding grounds is definitely... I'm going to go God tier. I think we got to go God tier. There's no doubt about it. God tier it is. And I think that's deserved. If not God tier, then very high S tier. Very, very high S tier. But anyway, we have some other themes to get onto, so let's get that done. Let's go. Next up is the Vermeer Ride. Okay. I don't know what this is going to be as well. Like, just... Again, not a theme I would have imagined to go so hard. But there we have it. Is that it? Sounds like it. We're reaching the end. Okay. Ooh, Vermeer Ride. I think we go S tier. Strong S tier. Not top of S tier, but strong S tier. Yeah, so Vermeer is the lush frontier world, ideal for colonization by carbon-based species. And this is obviously where they're breeding the Krogan, which is fine. And that's where we obviously meet the Salarian reconnaissance team, and yes. Okay. Let's put it... Where is it? I've lost it. I did put it there. There it is. Yeah, S tier, I think, just because it goes straight in, and then there's just all build up, and it's all drum and bass, kind of. Maybe not. Yeah, I think it's more electronic, but hey, good thing, and it gets you grooving. So that's all we can have from a theme, really. You know, you need to be in the emotional state to really capture the essence, and that does it. In my personal opinion, feel free to disagree. All right, next. So next is Exit. So I think this is where we make the choice between Kaidan and the one that I killed, which I can't remember her name. I'm so sorry. That might trigger a lot of you. But I chose to keep Kaidan alive, and yeah, I'm pretty sure this theme is played during that decisioning. As well as like we zoom out of the planet, I think, as we, you know,
it blows up. Well, not the planet, but the airbase, the base. I think. I like how every now and then they just put a little bit of the Mass Effect 1 theme in somewhere. It's very similar to Monster Hunter in that way. Which is interesting that, you know, other games feel the need to do that. It's quite cool. Some very strong themes towards the end of the game, and this is actually towards the end of the game. You wouldn't think it, going by the amount of other themes we have here. But Exit, I think, again, I'm going to put it in... I will put it in S tier. I will put it in S tier, just because of where I think that theme is played. I could be completely wrong. I have a feeling it's actually this next one, Love theme. But Exit is very... interesting. I like it. I like the fact it has the sort of Mass Effect 1 theme spiraled in and remixed into it. I'm pretty sure it's where you make the decision between Kaidan and... I don't know, and Ashley. That's it, Ashley. Which in the long run, I actually feel bad for choosing Kaidan. He was a real pain in my ass. I would have preferred Ashley. But hey, live and let learn. Okay, next is Love theme. I don't know what this is going to be. I assume this is going to be a theme around a romance in Mass Effect 1. It's interesting because you guys will remember I never actually made a romance in Mass Effect 1. I never actually got that far or into any one. Just wasn't interested. Don't get me wrong, we did a lot of the dialect. We spoke to every fucker we could. But I didn't go enough to romance anybody. Until Mass Effect 2, where we obviously romanced, what's her name? The bald one. Badass chick. Romanced her. She was great. That was a great romance option to do, to be honest. So this is going to be a completely new theme, because if it's one that's played around the romance of a character in Mass Effect 1, I haven't done it, so... I think that was the last of the other theme. I've got to learn to let these play all the way out. Okay, I like that. I like that drum beat already, like almost imitating a heartbeat, kind of. 2 heartbeats, maybe? Which makes sense. Yeah, no, I haven't heard this at all. I imagine this is during like a really intense love cinematic. Makes sense, right? Let's let it play out. See? That's why we let it play out. That's why we let it play out. Okay, love theme. Very easy title. I think probably A tier. It wasn't amazing, but it's difficult for me to imagine it even with the romance option I did in Mass Effect 2. I just feel like that one was better, and I don't know why, because obviously I don't remember it. There's just no chance, but it was alright. I think it's just to add a bit of flavour, right? It's during an intense cinematic where I imagine both characters are kissing and maybe, you know, there's a bedroom involved. Who knows? Who knows? Who am I to judge? But I would say A. I don't think it surpasses A. Yeah, it definitely doesn't touch B. So yeah, let's go with A. A tier for love theme. I think that's fair. That's fair. Okay, next one is called Uncharted Worlds, which I imagine is going to be the prerequisite for Ilos. So this is when Liara kind of figures out, the visions are Ilos, I think. Oh no, this is just a standard theme for when you are actually looking at Uncharted Worlds in the map. That's quite fitting. And a theme you will no doubt hear throughout your Mass Effect journey. I think, to be honest, I already know where I'm putting this one. And there's a reason for it. I have to go God tier. And I'll tell you why. There is a thought out reason to it, okay? You spend so much time looking at that map and choosing worlds. When you first sort of open that map up, it can be quite overwhelming. But you have that theme playing in the background, and it kind of means it's a theme sort of set around one, charting worlds, right? And exploration, mystery, the depth of the universe, how large it is, and all these different places you can go. I think Mass Effect 1 is probably the place where you can travel in the most places, right? And a lot of times there's not much on these planets. There's the odd bit of treasure or this, that and the other. But Mass Effect 2 and 3 didn't do that. Mass Effect 1 did. And that Uncharted World theme, I think, does carry forward into 2 and 3 when you're looking at the map to chart a course to another planet. But got to. Because it sets the mood straight away. For all the other games, for all the planets, for all the adventures you're going to partake in, Uncharted World's theme kind of lines it, right? And you can't ever go into your last mission, your first mission, an emotional mission without hearing that theme first, which is quite cool. So yes, God tier for Uncharted Worlds. Okay, next one up is Ilos. So kind of what I was saying about Uncharted Worlds, this is Ilos, the prerequisite for the end of the game, essentially, where we learn quite a bit of history. We learn about Vigil, which by the looks of it has his own theme, so it's going to be interesting. Let's go. Very eerie. It's eerie and it's dark, which makes sense, obviously. Yes, it does. Because you're almost on this planet which is completely deserted. Bar Saran's goons attacking you, but you're surrounded by what is essentially mass gravesite, in the fact that you had the Protheans in the walls, all in these life support cases that have been since shut down. So there's just millions, if not billions, dead on this planet. You're kind of just walking through it. Okay. Ilos, I think, probably has to go. I'm going to put it A tier. It's not amazing, but it does a really good job of setting the tone of Ilos. As I've just said, it sets the tone of the fact you're in this sort of mass grave planet with the Protheans, which you don't really know much about yet. But there is a certain sort of mystery behind the theme. But yeah, it just didn't have. And some of these themes aren't going to have the bang and this, you know, diamonds and the fucking flair that a lot of other themes are going to have just by design. But I'm going to put it A tier in terms of like a musical piece. Still good, still good. It'll be interesting to see if Vigils changes it. I think without hearing it, and I definitely don't remember it, I imagine Vigils' theme takes Ilos's theme, sort of adds some light to it, because now it sort of is educating you on the matter. So let's find that out. This is Vigil's theme? I feel like we do hear this theme in other places during the game, but not Mass Effect 1, more like 2 and 3. It makes sense for Vigil to have a theme like this, but we've definitely heard it somewhere before. But I can't pinpoint where that is in game now. It's not just Vigil that uses this. Okay. I'm going to put it in S tier. It's a good theme, but I remember every time I heard it, I did get a bit bored of it. Like, the theme is very overwhelming during the cinematics and stuff like that. Because of the way it starts, it's suddenly very... it sets the tone perfectly 8 times, 7 times out of 10, but I wouldn't say it's an amazing theme. Controversially, I'm going to put this in B tier. I am. That's probably going to upset a lot of you. But I just don't think it's that strong of a theme, and every time I've heard it, it's more of an annoyance than it is a pleasure. You know what I mean? It's very... It controls the room when you hear it, and 9 times out of 10 it's during like just stupid conversations. I think that's what it is. It's with dialect with some of your crewmates as you unlock different or deeper details of their story. I think. Or it's usually played after like a big battle in where you've won. It's almost to signify loss, but it's... Which makes sense, because obviously Vigil does signify a huge and significant loss. But... No. No, I'm going to have to put it in B tier. Simply from the fact it's an annoyance more than a pleasure. Next one is Sovereign's theme. Now, if this is the theme I think it is, and if this is part of the big wow moment I think it is, I already know where this is going. And this is what I'm excited for. It's getting slightly darker in the room, so I'm going to turn the light up slightly. And actually, we're alright. Let's go. This better be good. I think it's going to be. It can't be right, it's Sovereign. Needs to give me a bit more. There it is. Okay. Not bad. I wouldn't say it's great. But it does a very good at setting the tone of Sovereign. The power as well to it. The theme just kind of went like that. It just kept going up. There was a constant gain to it, which was nice. And it's cool. It's a cool, scary, powerful theme to translate a power that is sovereign, that could quite easily have taken out the Citadel on its own, probably, and is actually really fucking difficult to fight on its own. It had a whole game about one Reaper, you know what I mean? Sovereign. That's what started it all. At least in our playthrough and in our game. It may not be the Reaper that started it all, but you know what I mean. In fact, we know that's not the Reaper that started it all, but still. Good theme. Not amazing, which is why it gets A tier. It is really as simple as that. Like, sometimes I'm not going to have crazy philosophy to spill out because I'm not musically trained. But hey, it was A. It's an A tier, alright? Okay, next we have, when we get into the end here, we've only got a few more themes, about 7 or so more themes before we get to the end. So yeah, by now, if you haven't already, leave a comment, obviously, and like the video, please. It's we're the first of our kind to do a video like this on all the themes you love from Mass Effect, so why would you not? And if you disagree with me, still leave a like, because that helps me out. You dig? Okay, next up, Uplink. Uplink. I think Uplink... What is Uplink? Is Uplink where Sovereign sort of joins to the Citadel? I think so, possibly. As you're scouring and climbing the sides of the Citadel and fighting off Geth to get to the uplink bit in the, I want to say, the council chambers. So I'm going to put that in A because, again, it's not amazing. It does use bits from Sovereign's theme, but it's a pretty cool theme. Simply in the fact that, like, as you're scouring and climbing the Citadel, you're seeing all the lights and all the electricals and all the generators and all the sides of the Citadel you're probably not meant to see because you're meant to be inside it, not on the outside of it. So, yeah, in that retrospect, it's quite cool. But it's not S tier. Actually, I'm going to put B tier. I'm going to put a B tier. Okay. Next theme is In the Pursuit of Saran, I believe. Or is it Battle with... No, it is battling. Yeah, battling Saran's first. So, Let's see what that sounds like. I assume it's going to have a little... The Specter Induction? Because they're obviously both Spectres. That's cool. Alright. Okay. That is straight into God tier. I don't care what anyone says. Straight into God tier. The fact it has sort of like some of the Shepard theme and the Mass Effect theme with Saran's theme, with the Specter Induction theme. So it's kind of like battling for power. That's quite cool. You gotta admit, that's quite cool, and that's why it's going God tier. The battle itself is actually really fun. It's quite a cool battle. But definitely a theme worthy of a climactic battle like that, bar the one we obviously see in cinematic form between Sovereign and the fleets. But yeah, God tier, without a doubt. God tier. Okay, next is In the Pursuit of Saran, which is weird. I feel like that should have gone maybe before battling Saran. But hey. I think In the Pursuit of Sarah, it's still good, but I think it's got to go B. And I can't put my hand or mind on why or where that theme would go. Because if it was in pursuit of Saran, then it would be surely if we were chasing him, but I don't believe there is a chase. He kind of just shows up when we're at the uplink to open up the Citadel. Unless it's the theme that plays after he falls through the glass and dies. But then that also is false because I believe this next bit, Infusion, is probably going to be it, right? Where Sovereign infuses the power of the Reapers, or whatever the fuck they do, to bring back Saran. Let's listen to this, and we might have to make a different choice, but let's listen to Infusion. See, it's weird. I wouldn't have put this... Was that it? No. Yeah, this is definitely the theme that plays when he comes back. Yes. I like that end bit as well because it almost translates like the roar from Saran. I know that's not it, but it does. Again, A tier, I think. I think we need to be a little bit careful with giving out too many S's and God tiers, especially with the other two games obviously coming up in future episodes. But definitely what plays as Saren's coming back to life, which is a very surprising moment in the game, and very fun for all those different reasons. But in the pursuit of Saran, I cannot put where that theme plays, and I can't figure out where it is, and I'm only going by the timeline that obviously the Mass Effect Trilogy video is giving us there, but I doubt they're mistaken. But the only place I can even think about putting it would be where you're sort of coming from Ilos onto the Citadel through that warp drive or the portal, or however it was that we got back, because you drive through it, right? That's the only real thing that I can put down as a pursuit. But B tier, regardless, it's not changing. What's next? Final Assault. This should be quite good. So I imagine this is a cinematic of everything going on in the background. Sounds like it. Yes. Okay. There's a lot going on there, for good reason. It's a huge final assault on Sovereign, sort of this is all or nothing to destroy it. But it is very chaotic. So I think we got to go A tier. I don't think we go above that. I think A tier fits it perfectly from my standpoint. Good theme. It's just very chaotic. There's a lot going on. And I don't know, hearing that outside of the battle itself, it does feel very galactic, very large, like a large-scale battle, which of course it is. Obviously none of the size of what's in Mass Effect 3, but still a large battle. And at this point, we don't know if it can be won. Let's be honest, we have no idea. So, yeah, A tier. We leave it at A tier. I'm not even going to fight with it. It's not B, it's not S, so it definitely can't be C, and it definitely can't be God tier, so yeah, that's fair enough. Next, I think we have the smallest theme so far, which is Victory, and I believe this theme is actually possibly played either as Joker's making that final hit, or as Captain Anderson is delivering his sort of final thoughts for the council and where we kind of stand, but I have a feeling that is going to be from the wreckage. So let's see what this one's all about. It might just be a very quick sort of I think this is actually Captain Anderson's monologue as we're walking away in the Citadel. Yeah, it is. And I mean, come on, if that is not the sound of victory, then what else can it be? S tier 100%. There's no fighting on it. It is S tier. Because it's a good monologue by Captain Anderson, and depending on I probably imagine the choice of, keeping the council alive or not, that monologue probably changes a little bit. But our monologue was very heartfelt. And it was very good to kind of almost hear about what the future might look like now with a human ambassador and a human council, or a human-led council, although that doesn't necessarily happen, I don't think, in our playthrough. Or maybe the game just turned it on its head, because then we still had I don't know, it was weird. Either way, humans were seen as horrible after the fact we killed the council. But, yeah. Victory, S tier. I wouldn't put it anywhere else. Very worthy of S tier. Next one is From the Wreckage, and I don't know... I don't know what this is. Possibly the ending? Like the credits rolling? I have a feeling it's the part just after Sovereign is defeated and we're actually covered in the wreckage of Sovereign, and you're kind of eagerly waiting to see if, one, your crewmates have made it, and if we're still alive. In fact, I think that is what it is. Which is weird that it's after Victory. Which is an emotional scene, by the way, an emotional cinematic. Okay. Oh, there's more. Is there more? No. I would have to put that on... From the wreckage, we'll have to go God tier. Just because it does perfectly dissect and push, you know, that feeling of despair and wonder in the fact that, did your crewmates make it? I hope everyone survived. They're injured, but they're there. Good, okay. Have I made it? I have made it. Cool. And then you start to see other people get pulled out from the wreckage, and that's quite cool. And it's a great theme for a great ending to a great game. But then we have the credits. Yeah. We all love and know these. Cool. We know this. We know this. It's going S tier. It's going S tier. Right. Guys, that is your Mass Effect 1 tier list complete. We still have Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 3. This has been fun. This has been new as well. Remember, exclusive. Exclusive. New. Brand new. For you guys. I hope you've enjoyed. It's been a lot of work actually putting this in. I didn't think it would take as long as it has, so apologies if the video is a little bit longer, but hopefully you've enjoyed watching. And I can't wait to react to Mass Effect 2's themes, Mass Effect 3's themes, Mass Effect 3's themes, and then jump into Andromeda. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Take care, appreciate you all. Bye bye.
Love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always